Today we are talking about why seller financing is becoming more popular. That's up next. Hi, welcome back. I'm Michelle. This is John. We're the Living in Midwest Life team, and we are here to talk about something that's actually really important. As you can see, it's the end of the year, so we're trying to figure out ways to help everyone with the idea of purchasing in the new year. And with the cost of mortgages right now, that's scaring away a lot of buyers, right? So seller financing is becoming something that's more and more popular. Can you just maybe walk everybody through what that means?
Yeah, well, it's an interesting thing that people kind of just take for granted. They don't think too much about it. They're thinking every time that they sell a home, they're going to get a new mortgage, as opposed to potentially use somebody else's old mortgage and former mortgage. But because interest rates have been so low for so long, there are lots of sellers that are reluctant to sell their property because they have maybe a 3.5% interest rate on their mortgage, and then they would subsequently go buy a home and have to pay 6.5%, 7.5% for their new mortgage. So they don't want to, sell that. So instead, what's happening? You're starting to see sellers who are willing to offer that lower interest rate to entice a buyer to purchase their home, so they can go and then purchase a home at new interest rates. Now, they can use that as a selling tool for the potential buyer, and let's just say they're at 3.5% on their mortgage. Maybe they offer that buyer a 4.5% or a 5.5% interest rate, and they're able to make the margin spread on that rate and keep their mortgage. And kind of use it as a rental property in a sense is kind of how it works out. And you'll have to consult with your accountant and talk to them about how the financing works. But certainly it is one of those things that's a little bit of a risk, but because of the advantages that you get with selling with your own mortgage and offering some sort of premium rate on it to the buyer, you're able to offset some of those additional costs that you would get when you go and procure a new mortgage at a higher interest rate. So we see this in the investment side. We see buyers who are actually asking sellers to maintain their mortgages more often than what we've seen in years past. And we see it also on the homeowner side. It's certainly something that seller financing is becoming more prevalent. And when you talk about seller financing, really all it is that the seller is going to offer terms to the buyer regarding the financing. Sometimes they put more cash down and they hold the mortgage back. Sometimes it's, they don't have to put any money down. So it really depends on what that particular seller is willing to do and what the buyer is able to do.
Well, that's a good thing about when working with a team that understands these types of things. Buying and selling a home or investment properties, it's not just ABC. There are so many ways that you can get in and out of properties. And that's where expertise comes in. That's where we love to chat with you about these types of things. There's a lot to unpack there, and it's very specific per case. So if you'd like to explore this idea, just reach out. All of our contact info is always right below, and we'll walk you through if you've got a property in mind, or if you're just trying to think, how do I even get started with this? How does this work? We'll walk you through the process and see, if it is a possible fit for you, right?
Absolutely. And there's two main types of it. There's a lease option where you're able to basically lease the property to the person. They give you some payment down. Then there's the land contract side, which is actually you are giving the buyer the title to the property through the process of the sale. So there's a couple of different ways you can do it. They affect your taxes a little different. They affect your risk a little bit different. And there's some nuances there that depending on your particular situation, one may be better than the other. So certainly worth having a conversation with somebody who understands it and seeing what the best options are for you.
Perfect. Okay, well, if it's of interest to you, let us know. We'll chat it through with you. You can always talk real estate with us. We love to talk real estate. And if you haven't watched our channel, go back and watch some of the other videos and learn a little bit about our team and about what we do and what we offer. If you are thinking of buying and selling and investing in real estate, we hope you will choose us. Subscribe to the channel for new videos, and we'll see you next time.